Tank tops, Carhartt jackets, sandals, carabiners. What are men wearing and how do we feel? I am here to get on the case of what do these men have on. We already know that a lot of the males of this day and age look up to a handful of celebrities for fashion inspo. You guys like Jacob Elordi. You like Tyler the Creator. I think maybe A$AP Rocky. I don't know. I'm not a man. I'm just naming those. Tyler the Creator is also someone whose style I admire, but I'm just naming 3 things that men like. Okay, so let's take these 3 styles. Let's keep that in mind. Tyler the Creator, very fun, very eclectic, very bold, very colorful, a little bit of a skater vibe in his style because that's kind of always how he's dressed. Jacob Elordi, casual, effortless, kind of 90s, timeless, classic, street style, a lot of tank tops and a lot of like carabiners and like, you know, jeans and cargo pants and whatnot. And then we have A$AP Rocky. If I'm being honest, I can't off the top of my head think of what his style identifiers are. I just know that men like it. And I'm gonna be a little bit of a man hater, but don't worry, it's okay. I can say these things because I have a boyfriend. How can I hate men? I'm dating one. Let's move on. So let's go ahead and start with tank tops. I've noticed a lot of men are wearing tank tops, formerly known as wife beaters, which for obvious reason, we don't call them anymore. But tank tops, tiny little shirts that the men are wearing all spring, summer, fall and winter, I might add. Jacob Elordi is known to wear quite a bit of these. And the men have taken that and ran with it. When I tell you I am seeing men wearing these things everywhere, I feel like time and place. Me personally, I grew up seeing my dad wear these underneath shirts. Or if he was, I don't know, perhaps lounging around the house. So it's very interesting to me now to see a bunch of men as a collective take these shirts and bring them into upscale LA restaurants. Those are my thoughts. I think it's loungewear. You say it's fashion. Agree to disagree. Moving on. The vintage Levi's jeans. Honestly, not all of them are vintage. Levi's jeans. I am a Levi's lover. No notes. This is fine. I think men should keep doing this. I encourage this. We're seeing this everywhere. We're seeing this in street style. People are dressing them up. They're putting them with like loafers. They're putting them with sneakers. They're dressing them up and putting them with Oxfords and wearing them in a way that makes them interesting and cool. A+ for men. Keep that up. There's nothing wrong with a good pair of jeans that fit you perfectly. No notes. Wear your jeans. Vintage Carhartt. I'm not sure where the obsession with Carhartt came from. I have a feeling that this is going to tie back to, as the aforementioned 3 idols, A$AP Rocky, Tyler the Creator, and or Jacob Elordi. I have a feeling they have something to do with the fact that you're all wearing that. Those little workwear jackets that everyone's wearing. How do I feel about them? I think they can be styled very well. I do think it's starting to look a little homogenous. I think you're all looking a little bit the same in them. And I do want to see you guys style them a bit more interesting. I feel like when someone like Tyler the Creator styles something of a similar silhouette, he's got a tie on, he's got a little hat, giving me some dimension, giving me something interesting. I don't want to see you guys just throw the jacket on top of the tank top and walk out the door. Now, if that's your style, then by all means, tell me to shut up. I can take it. I'm a big girl. I just personally want us to make sure that when we're wearing this stuff, we're giving a little bit of something, something. So how do I feel about those jackets? I think they're okay. I don't love them. I don't hate them. I think they're just there. It's not a piece that I would want to purchase for myself, but if you're gonna do it up big. Or give yourself a little bit of a personal touch. Or if you're gonna be basic, but at least know that about yourself. Moving on. Let's talk about the carabiners. Every man is now snapping those things onto his cargo pants, cargo Carhartt pants, or his vintage Levi's jeans. He's snapping on this little metal thing called the carabiner. And here's my thoughts on that. I thought it was cool when the lesbians were doing it. I thought it was cool when the skaters were doing it. And now I see every man in LA, every man in Silver Lake, every man that has an Instagram who knows who Jacob Elordi is now doing it. Am I sick of seeing it on men? Yes, that's my hot take. You don't have to like it. You don't have to agree, but you're gonna hear me. And I'm gonna speak. I am tired of it. Leave that, but lesbians, I don't want to see you wearing it. I want that on my not so straight people. And I want that on a skater. I want to see a board in hand. Do you know what I'm saying? I feel like those are the 2 groups. I'm like, you know what? You're holding it down. This looks sick. And I feel like I'm seeing it a little too much now. And honestly, I think you need a certain level of swag to pull it off, if I'm being real. And I think some of y'all, just because you're throwing your tank top and your vintage Levi, doesn't mean you need to put your keys on that little you don't need that. Put your keys in your pocket like a grown man and call it a day. And honestly, it might look better in like a little less try hard with your outfit if you just had the tank top and the Levi's on. Consider it. Moving on. You guys also have your toes out. I've noticed that a lot. I'm seeing a lot of men in Birkenstocks and or sandals. How do I feel about that? This video is going to come across very double standard and anti-man, and that's because it is. I don't want to see your toes unless you are by the beach or you are by a pool. I don't want to see your feet. But in my defense, I don't want to see anybody's feet in sandals or slides unless they are by the beach or by a pool. That's just a personal rule of mine. I feel like there is a very specific location where you need to have your flip-flops or your sandals on. And 9 times out of 10, you walking down the streets of Silver Lake doesn't call for your toes to be out. It's not that hot. We live in LA. We live by the coast. There is a breeze constantly flowing through here, believe it or not, okay? I don't need to see your feet. Put them away. Furthermore, if you're gonna have your toes out, I would love if you actually made a gel with the outfit. I'm not really understanding how men are taking like button-up shirts, the tank top, the Levi's jeans, putting them all together, and then boom, Birkenstock. Where did that come from? And I love the idea of having and creating a little bit of friction in an outfit, but it's supposed to be friction, not a fight. I don't need every piece of your outfit to be at war, okay? Fix it. Put your toes away. Unless you're going somewhere where your toes should be out. Me personally, I feel it's acceptable for them to be out. Continuing with my smear campaign. Painted nails. You're also painting your nails. And let me be the first to say, we know what this is on this channel. We know that I am the last person to tell you that something is for one gender or the other, because let's be real, guys. You all know that I had a genderless clothing brand before if you follow me for quite some time. I believe that things can have feminine and masculine energy, but it truly doesn't matter who wears what or how they wear it, regardless of how you present or what your identity is. I am, however, saying right now that I think if cisgendered heterosexual men are gonna be painting their nails, I do expect you to keep up with them. And hear me now. Think about this. Think about how the standards can be for cisgendered heterosexual women. Think about how hard that is. Even as myself, I'm bisexual, right? But nobody knows that until I open my mouth. Let's be real. I'm just a woman. I open my mouth, you find out I'm bisexual. But before that, I'm just a girl walking down the street. I got my nails done, right? They're done. Once they start chipping, people are making comments. They're looking at you a little crazy. They're like, what's going on? They're concerned. They think something's wrong. They think you've fallen on hard times. So you then have to choose to take the polish off or get them redone. Obviously, I've made my choice. But I've noticed that you guys are letting men get away with a lot when it comes to having their nails painted and letting them chip beyond belief. I cannot tell you how many times I have had a conversation with a man, just a random man on the street. His nails are painted. I'm looking at them. I don't see a clear coat. It looks like, actually it doesn't look like, I know you guys are doing this at home by yourself. And I think that's my gripe. If you're gonna get those nails done, because I know that's part of the trend right now, because that's what's on trend right now, you guys are getting your nails painted, I want you to take this seriously. Go to the nail salon, like the rest of us, go get a manicure, okay? Put on the polish, top coat, get in them cuticles, okay? We need to make sure it's looking good. Sir, I don't need you to be going home and just picking up whatever nail polish you find and going like this. And then you're just letting it chip day after day. You're just letting it get the best of you. And I need you to dial it in. I need you to reel it in. You need to meet us here with standards, okay? Gone are the days where we're doing this at home and then going outside. At least if you're gonna do your nails at home, learn how to do them. Don't just go like this. Do you know what I mean? Every now and then, if my toes are a little messed up, maybe I'll go like this real quick. But I'm not really flaunting that around like I did them. Do you know what I mean? I feel like you guys are not understanding. Like, you have to actually get it done. And once they start chipping, the goal is to take them off. Take off the polish. So invest in a top coat, nail polish remover, or go to the nail salon. Furthermore, I'm tired of men just getting plain white or plain black. Why don't you switch it up a little bit? Women, we will get like 3D chrome, not even just women. Everybody else, except for cisgender heterosexual men, will get the coolest, crazy nail designs. And then here comes Joe strolling in with these half-chipped black painted nails, and I'm like, do you expect me to take you serious? Like, you think you're gonna compete with me? Nobody is better than the original. I'm literally just talking. I went on a little bit of a tangent there, but what I'm trying to say is, first of all, wear what you want. Don't listen to what I'm talking about, because really I'm just a girl on the internet talking trash. But also, men, if you're gonna partake in the fashion trends, give it a little bit of personality. And don't worry, I got my video addressing women and coming at y'all next. Okay, but this one was about me tearing into men, and at the end of the day, the moral of the story is men need to do better. No, I'm just kidding. At the end of the day, the moral of the story is there really is no moral to the story. I genuinely just got on here to talk about what I see going on in men's fashion right now, and I have thoughts and I have opinions, but hey, it wasn't all bad, right? I gave you some compliments. I like the jeans. I threw that in there. Did you hear that? I also like the carabiner if you're a skater. So it hasn't been all bad, right? Anyways, if you're a man and you're watching this and I addressed you a lot, I hope you're having a good time and you enjoyed this and you don't hate me. Because remember, you can't hate me. I'm the daughter of a man. Some of my best friends are men. That's actually not true at all. Actually, all of my friends are pretty much women. But again, I know men. I have a brother. My dog's a boy. Do you know what I mean? So this isn't hate. This isn't a smear campaign. It is a little bit of a smear campaign. I don't know why I made this video. I hope you guys got a kick out of that. And honestly, at the end of the day, where were you want? Who cares what I say? What do I know? I'm no expert. I'm just a fashion icon. And as always, I'm so grateful for my community. Bye.